There is a reason some people seem to turn their desires into reality, while others remain stuck in the same cycle. It isn't luck, and it isn't coincidence. It's because their thoughts are not just passing ideas. They are powerful signals, carrying energy that the mind and body respond to. Every single thought you hold shapes your focus, rewires your brain, and changes the way you experience life. Think about it. The world you walk through each day is filtered by your own mind. Your brain has a built-in system that only shows you what matches your beliefs and expectations. If you carry thoughts of limitation, you notice obstacles everywhere. If you carry thoughts of expansion, new opportunities appear almost as if by magic. Science calls it the reticular activating system. Spirit calls it alignment. Either way, your reality bends to the frequency of your inner world. In this video, we'll explore the science of manifestation and uncover how your thoughts create reality. You'll learn how subconscious programming quietly directs 95% of your actions, why emotions supercharge your manifestations, and how shifting your vibration attracts experiences that reflect your state of being. Together, we'll look at the connection between neuroscience, quantum principles, and the energy of intention. Stay with me until the end, because I'll guide you through the deeper reason most people struggle to manifest, and how you can step beyond that struggle into alignment with the life already waiting for you. I am your guide from Mind Magic Co., and this journey is about unlocking the unseen forces that shape your reality. Welcome to our channel, Mind Magic Company. If you're ready to transform your mind and create the life you desire, make sure to subscribe and join us on this path of inner power. Have you ever noticed how, when you buy a new car, you suddenly start seeing that exact model everywhere on the road? It feels strange, almost like the universe is playing tricks on you, but it isn't a coincidence. It's your mind at work. Every day your brain is flooded with billions of pieces of information. The sound of distant conversations, the details in a passing face, the movement of the wind through the trees, all of it is there, but you don't consciously register it. If you did, you would be overwhelmed. So your brain created a filter, a powerful mechanism called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. Its job is simple: to take the thoughts and beliefs you hold most strongly and highlight the experiences that match them. This is why two people can walk into the same room and notice completely different things. One sees opportunity, the other sees rejection. One feels inspired, the other feels threatened. Neither is wrong. They are simply witnessing what their inner focus allows them to see. Your reality, in many ways, is not the world itself, but the world your mind permits you to notice. Now, think about how this connects to manifestation. If your dominant thoughts are rooted in doubt, the RAS will filter your reality to prove that you're not enough. But if your thoughts are filled with clarity and trust, your brain will reveal pathways, people, and possibilities that align with that frequency. The outer world bends to the lens of your inner focus. At Mind Magic Co., we explore this deeper truth. You are not passively observing life. You are in active conversation with it, shaping what becomes visible to you simply by the beliefs you choose to hold. Think for a moment about how much of your day feels automatic. You wake up, brush your teeth, drink your coffee, go through routines without even thinking. Beneath these habits lies something far deeper: the subconscious mind. Scientists tell us that 95% of what we do each day is guided by it. That means most of your choices, reactions, and even emotions aren't fresh decisions, but patterns replaying themselves again and again. Where do these patterns come from? Many were formed long ago, in childhood, when the mind was wide open and deeply impressionable. Words you heard, experiences you lived through, emotions you absorbed, all of these left imprints. If you were told you weren't enough, that belief may still echo in your actions today. If you experienced lack, your subconscious may continue to look for scarcity even in moments of abundance. This is why manifestation begins within. You cannot simply think a new thought for a few minutes and expect your life to change if your subconscious programming is sending out an entirely different frequency. The energy you carry comes not from surface-level affirmations, but from the beliefs rooted deep within. The beautiful truth is that the subconscious is not fixed. Just as old patterns were created, new ones can be written through repetition, emotional rehearsal, and intentional focus. The mind begins to accept new possibilities as normal. Visualization works because it tricks the subconscious into believing the future has already arrived. Gratitude works because it tunes your inner frequency to abundance, dissolving the old echoes of lack. When you shift these inner beliefs, your energy shifts with them. And as your energy changes, your reality must respond. The subconscious no longer keeps you trapped in cycles. It becomes the silent engine pulling you toward the life you choose. There was a time when scientists believed the brain was fixed, that once you reached adulthood your patterns and abilities were set in stone. But modern research has revealed something extraordinary. The brain is constantly changing. It is flexible, adaptable, and capable of rewiring itself through repetition and experience. This process, called neuroplasticity, is at the very heart of why manifestation works. Every time you repeat a thought, your brain strengthens the pathways connected to it. Like carving a trail in the forest, the more often you walk the path, the clearer it becomes. If you constantly focus on fear, that path becomes second nature. But if you begin choosing thoughts of trust and abundance, new trails form, and over time they grow stronger than the old ones. This is why practices like visualization, affirmations, and gratitude are so powerful. When you visualize, you are not just daydreaming, you are giving your brain an emotional rehearsal of a desired reality. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. It responds by wiring the brain as if it has already happened. Affirmations work in the same way, gently shifting inner identity through repeated conscious suggestion. Gratitude amplifies it further by tying thought to elevated emotion, aligning your frequency with the state of already receiving. The key is consistency, because change doesn't happen overnight. With every repetition, the old pathways of doubt weaken, while new pathways of belief and trust grow stronger. Slowly, the inner architecture of your mind shifts to match the reality you want to live. When your brain is rewired in this way, your energy naturally aligns with the vision you've been nurturing. The outer world responds, not because of chance, but because you have already become the person who belongs in that reality. Think of a time when you walked into a room and felt the energy shift before anyone said a word. Maybe the atmosphere was heavy with tension, or perhaps it was light and joyful, lifting your spirit without explanation. That invisible force you felt was frequency, the vibration carried by emotions. Every emotion has a measurable energy. Fear, doubt, and scarcity vibrate at a lower frequency, creating contraction in both the body and the mind. Love, trust, and gratitude vibrate higher, opening pathways and expanding possibility. This is not just poetic language. Your emotional state is constantly signaling to the world around you, drawing in experiences that resonate with its frequency. When you live in fear, your perception narrows. You notice obstacles instead of solutions, and your energy repels the very opportunities you long for. Life reflects lack back to you, because your inner state is tuned to it. But when you begin shifting toward love and trust, something remarkable happens. Doors open, synchronicities appear, and abundance flows with ease. The outer reality mirrors the higher frequency you are embodying. This is why manifestation is less about forcing outcomes and more about tending to your inner state. You do not attract by begging the universe. You attract by aligning your vibration with what you desire. When you feel the emotions of already having, when you live in trust instead of doubt, you broadcast a signal that cannot go unanswered. It takes practice, because the mind often wants proof before it believes. But the secret is this: the proof arrives after the frequency is held. Love and trust are not just pleasant emotions, they are energetic magnets. When you choose them consistently, you create a reality that reflects the abundance you've already claimed within. At the smallest level of existence, reality is not as solid as it seems. Quantum physics shows us that particles do not sit still in fixed positions. Instead, they exist as waves of probability, potential outcomes waiting to be chosen. It is only when they are observed that they collapse into a definite form. This is known as the observer effect, and it quietly carries one of the greatest lessons about creation. Your attention works in the same way. Every day, infinite possibilities surround you, different paths, opportunities, and versions of your life. But your focus decides which of those possibilities solidify. When you constantly give attention to fear, lack, or limitation, you collapse your reality into those experiences. When you place your attention on trust, vision, and abundance, you draw those probabilities into form. This is not about forcing outcomes, but about directing your energy with awareness. Think of your focus as a beam of light in a dark room. Wherever you shine it, reality awakens. The rest remains hidden, not because it doesn't exist, but because you have not yet given it life through your observation. Manifestation, then, is not about chasing what you want. It is about choosing what you will see, and holding your attention there long enough for it to take shape. The more consistently you focus on a desired reality, the stronger its probability becomes, until it finally crystallizes as lived experience. This is why practices of visualization and intention setting are so powerful. They train the mind to focus, to collapse the possibility you desire instead of the one you fear. At the quantum level, focus is not passive. It is the very act that transforms potential into form, and in your life, it is the quiet power that turns unseen dreams into reality. Think back to a moment when you felt pure excitement, perhaps a long-awaited opportunity, falling in love, or achieving something you once only dreamed about. Notice how alive you felt, how your whole body seemed to vibrate with energy. That intensity was emotion in motion, a current of energy moving through you, and when it joins with thought, it becomes the fuel that brings creation into being. A thought on its own is like a spark. It carries potential, but without energy, it fades quickly. Emotion is what turns that spark into fire. When you think of a goal but feel nothing behind it, the signal is weak, and the subconscious mind doesn't register it as important. But when you infuse that same thought with passion, joy, or gratitude, your entire being begins to align with it. It becomes magnetic. This is why manifestation practices often emphasize feeling. It is not enough to simply repeat affirmations without emotion, or to visualize in a detached way. The secret lies in embodying the state of already having. When you feel the joy of receiving before it arrives, you broadcast a frequency that matches that reality. The subconscious mind begins to treat it as truth, and the universe responds in kind. Fear and doubt, too, are amplified by emotion. They can make unwanted outcomes magnetic if they dominate your inner state. The key is not to suppress emotions, but to gently redirect them. Choose gratitude even in small things, and your energy rises. Choose trust over worry, and your frequency shifts. When thought and emotion work together, they create a powerful alignment. The mind sets the direction, and the heart provides the energy. This union is what turns invisible desires into visible reality. There is a subtle but powerful difference between waiting for change and embodying it now. Waiting says, "I don't have it yet." Embodiment says, "It is already mine," and the energy between those two states is worlds apart. Manifestation is not about sitting in longing, hoping the future will one day deliver. It is about becoming, in this moment, the version of you who already lives the life you desire. Think of an actor stepping into a role. At first, the lines may feel rehearsed, the movements unnatural, but as they sink deeper into character, they stop pretending and start becoming. The role takes on life. In the same way, when you step into the state of already having, you shift from wishing into being. Your subconscious accepts this new identity as truth, and reality begins to rearrange itself accordingly. When you walk, think, and feel as the person who has already received, your vibration changes. Scarcity no longer dominates your energy because abundance is the state you live in now. Opportunities, relationships, and experiences naturally align with this new frequency. Life begins to reflect the self you have chosen to embody. This is why practices like visualization and affirmations are most effective when paired with emotion and behavior. It's not about repeating words, it's about embodying their truth. It's not about seeing your dream life as far away, it's about stepping into its energy here and now. The outer world is a mirror. It does not give you what you want, it gives you what you are. When you become the living example of your desire, the universe simply follows your lead. You are no longer waiting for the shift. You are the shift, and the world has no choice but to adjust. There is a quiet paradox at the heart of manifestation. The more tightly you try to control an outcome, the more resistance you create. Control carries the energy of fear, the hidden belief that if you let go, everything will fall apart. But trust, on the other hand, carries the energy of alignment. It says, I am supported, I am guided, what I desire is already on its way. And that shift in energy makes all the difference. Think about holding water in your hand. If you grip too tightly, it slips through your fingers, but if you relax your palm, the water rests easily. Manifestation works the same way. When you cling to an outcome with desperation, you signal to your subconscious that you don't have it yet, reinforcing lack. But when you release attachment, you tell your inner mind the opposite. This is already mine. That detachment eases resistance, and the energy begins to flow. Trust does not mean doing nothing. It means aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and then allowing space for life to unfold. It is about planting the seed, watering it with belief, and trusting the soil to do its work. You don't dig up the seed every day to see if it's growing. You know it will sprout in its own time. This is where many people struggle, because letting go feels like losing control. Yet, in truth, letting go is stepping into the highest form of control, the control of your own energy. When you rest in trust, you vibrate at the frequency of having, not wanting, and when you vibrate at that frequency, life rearranges itself to meet you there. Detachment is not giving up. It is the signal that you are already aligned. Many people misunderstand manifestation as simply sitting still, thinking positive thoughts, and waiting for life to change. But manifestation is not passive. It is a dance between your inner alignment and the actions you take in the outer world. Thoughts set the direction, emotions fuel the energy, and action opens the door for opportunities to flow. Consider a river. If you align your boat with the current, the water will carry you forward, but if you never pick up the oar, you may drift aimlessly or miss the turn that leads to your destination. Manifestation works the same way. When your thoughts and emotions are aligned with abundance, but your actions are rooted in fear, the flow becomes blocked. But when all three, thought, feeling, and action, move together, the path opens with ease. Think about how this shows up in daily life. If you affirm success but avoid every chance to share your ideas, you send mixed signals to your subconscious. But if you hold the vision of success, feel the confidence of already achieving it, and then take even small steps toward it, you create congruence. That inner and outer harmony becomes magnetic, pulling in the very circumstances that match your state. This is why inspired action feels so different from forced effort. Forced effort comes from fear, a need to prove or control. Inspired action flows naturally from alignment, often showing up as a gentle nudge, an inner knowing, or a sudden spark of courage. Manifestation is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about becoming aligned within and then stepping forward. When your energy and actions are congruent, the universe has space to meet you halfway. Opportunities don't need to be chased. They unfold right where you stand. Life has a way of reflecting back to you exactly what you carry within. Your outer world is not separate from your inner world. It is a mirror. Every experience, every relationship, every outcome you face offers a glimpse into the beliefs and emotions that shape your energy. This is not punishment, and it is not reward. It is feedback. A gentle teacher showing you where you are aligned and where you are not. Think about a moment when everything seemed to flow. The right people appeared, doors opened effortlessly, and you felt supported by life. That ease was not random. It was a reflection of the state you were in, clear, open, and aligned. Now think of the times when nothing seemed to work, when setbacks repeated themselves and frustration followed. That, too, was not coincidence. It was your inner world signaling patterns that needed to be shifted. The mirror is never there to judge you. It is there to guide you. If scarcity keeps showing up, it may be reflecting a belief in lack that still lingers within. If love feels distant, perhaps it is pointing you back toward loving yourself more deeply. Every result is a clue, not an ending. This is why awareness is so powerful in manifestation. When you stop resisting the feedback and start listening, you reclaim your power to change it. Instead of blaming the outer world, you return to the source, your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs. From there, you can shift your energy, reprogram the pattern, and watch as the reflection transforms. The mirror of life is always honest. And when you align your inner state with the reality you desire, the reflection has no choice but to reveal it back to you. The journey of manifestation is really the journey back to yourself. Every thought you choose, every belief you hold, and every emotion you nurture is shaping the world you walk through. When you begin to work with your subconscious mind, align your energy, and embody the version of you who already has what you desire, life responds in ways that feel almost effortless. Remember, this is not about forcing or chasing. It is about allowing, aligning, and trusting the natural flow of creation. The science of manifestation shows us that reality is not something happening to you. It is something unfolding from within you. Each day is an opportunity to practice this truth, to guide your focus, and to live in the vibration of what you want most deeply. Take this wisdom into your daily life. Pause, notice the energy you are carrying, and gently bring yourself back into alignment with trust, love, and clarity. Small shifts in your inner world ripple outward, creating powerful transformations in your outer world. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. If this message has resonated with you, we would love for you to continue this journey with us. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel Mind Magic Co., where we explore more ways to unlock your inner power and shape the life that is waiting for you. Until next time, may you move forward with peace, trust, and the knowing that your reality begins within.